a very warm welcome to you, and thank you as always for tuning in and for watching this next fascinating episode of Influences of Time. So thank you so much as always for tuning in and for watching, and whether you're watching this live broadcast live on our Facebook page or on my Facebook page, or whether you're going to be watching this broadcast later today on our YouTube channel, a very special warm welcome to you, and thank you so much for watching and for taking some time out of your day to watch me, Influences of the Times, as we continue to go in search of Britain's most abandoned and derelict places. And for those of you who are watching for the very first time, a very special warm welcome to you. And if you're wondering what all this is about, very briefly, this is a live social media documentation of Britain's most abandoned and derelict places, and I will be taking you personally into every single possible nook and cranny of the United Kingdom. I shall be travelling all over the UK in search of Britain's most abandoned and derelict places, so that I can take you personally into there, so that you can see for yourselves just what it's like in these fascinating abandoned and derelict places that are literally dotted and scattered all over the United Kingdom. And if this is your first time, then obviously, like I said, very special warm welcome to you. But if you're wondering, if you're kind of wondering what's happened to all the other episodes, just to kind of briefly say to you personally, from myself, that if you are interested in Influences of the Times, and if this is your first time and you would like to know more, or you'd like to see more of the Influences of the Times series, you can do by many, many different means. So for those of you who know this already, just bear with me just a couple of seconds while I just briefly recap for those of you who are watching for the very first time. Now, Influences of the Times has been running for nearly a year. In fact, we'll be running we would have been on air for nearly a year, coming up to, I think it's about June or July of this year. And so far, we've nearly covered 30 of Britain's most abandoned derelict places. Now, we have got so much more in store for you. So please, please, do keep watching. But if you are wondering what's happened to the other 27 episodes, don't worry too much, because there is plenty of ways that you can keep in touch and for you to follow Influences of Times as we continue to go in this fascinating journey into Britain's most abandoned and derelict places. And you wouldn't think that abandoned and derelict places are fascinating or even interesting, but believe you me, they are. And I'm hoping that for those of you who are watching for the first time, and for those of you who are tuning in now, and I can see people watching and liking, thank you so much, welcome, and thank you for watching. You'll be surprised just how interesting these places can be. And in fact, there are lots of places that many of us don't even know exist, or don't even know are even there. And it's my job to take you in there personally so that you can see for yourselves, but not only to give you a live present-day account of what these places actually look like, but it's also to take urban photography. And basically all that is that I take all the photographs, both inside and outside of these places, and post them onto my social media. And for those of you that are watching for the first time, you can keep in touch in lots of different ways. The first way that you can watch or keep in touch or keep up to date or go back to episode 1, if you go to the website, which is www.camdronephotography.co.uk, it's my drone photography website. However, on there is a dedicated page. On the home page, if you look across the top, you'll see a heading, Influences of Times, and on there is a dedicated page to all of Britain's most abandoned derelict places, and it will cover all of 27 locations that we've covered so far, including today's. So they will all be on there. So all the photographs, along with all the historical information about each place, will be on there for you to have a look at. So if you're interested, you can keep up to date that way. If Facebook is your thing, don't worry too much. You can, if you don't know me personally, that's absolutely fine, because you can tune in, or should I say you can sign up, or even just log in if you like, or join the Influences of Times Facebook page. If you go to Facebook, just type in Influences of Times. You'll see the kind of little icon. Go onto there, and again, you will be able to read, in fact, you'll be able to watch every single live broadcast that I've done, right from episode 1 right up till today's, along with all the photographs on the Facebook page. Now, if YouTube is your thing, we've also got a YouTube channel. We have got our very own, in fact, we've got 2 YouTube channels. We've got Cam Drone Photography, which I will be updating, and I understand that the Cam Drone Photography YouTube channel, along with the Cam Drone Photography Facebook page, and even the website, has obviously kind of taken a bit of a back seat, simply because the Influences of Time series is going so well, but also because of the weather. Now we're going into spring and summer, I will be out doing lots of filming. But if you're interested, you can go to the Influences of Times YouTube channel. So go to YouTube, type in Influences of Times, and you will find every single episode, including today's, on there for you to watch. You can watch every episode if you like, or just the ones that you like. You can also keep in touch with our very own app. Now, I have posted a link on not only my personal Facebook page, but also onto the Influencers of Times and the Candor and Photography Facebook page, I believe. And if you are interested, you can, if you just scroll down, I think on the Influencers of Times and Candor and Photography, it's probably quite near the top. So if you just scroll down a little bit, you'll find a link. You can go to there and you can download the app onto your very own mobile device, which is free. It doesn't cost you a single penny. You don't even have to donate anything. It's absolutely free, and it's for Android and for iPhone. And you can download the app, and on there, once you've downloaded it, you will be able to have access to Facebook pages, YouTube channel, I believe, and also the website. So everything will be on there. So it's a lot easier for you. So you can keep up to date with me, Influence Times, on the go, wherever you are, which is brilliant. Also, very quickly, we have now got a blog page. Now, for those of you who aren't familiar with blog, or maybe you're a serious blogger and you don't really do Facebook or anything, as a blog is basically a daily journal or diary, and I have made a dedicated blog specifically for Influencers of Times. So Influencers of Times, so if you type in influencersoftimes.blogspot.co.uk, you will be able to keep up to date with me, Influencers of Times, on our new blog page, and I will be updating that every single day. Now, I'm trying to catch up because obviously I don't want to bombard blog with lots of photographs, so I am putting photographs that some of you may have seen already, but that's only because I'm catching up. So our blog is our brand new kind of thing that I've done in the last couple of days, so we've got lots of different ways that you can keep in touch. Now, before I tell you where we are, you can see that we are in our next location. Obviously we would be, otherwise this live broadcast wouldn't be being aired anyway. We have got a new book coming out. Now, for those of you who have known me personally, or for those of you who are linked to me somehow, you will have seen the kind of little preview that I've given of my new book. For those of you who like this kind of thing, for those of you who like urban photography, for those of you who like what I'm doing, I have made a brand new book, and it is specifically for Influencers of Times, and it's Volume 1. Now, I haven't actually named the book Volume 1, because obviously I don't want to ruin things and spoil the image of it, but there will be more volumes to follow. I can assure you there will be lots. The way things are going, there's going to be lots and lots of volumes to the book. The book is going to come out in the next couple of weeks. Now, I have finished it, and I have given you you guys a little sneak preview as to the cover and a couple of the pages inside. Now, this book is purely my own work. I haven't received anything from anybody, so it's literally, I've picked 12 of the best, well, I say the best, 12 of probably the best photographed, if you like, sites or locations that we have been to. Now, I've covered nearly 30, but I've taken 12. It was impossible to do all 30 because the book would have been 200 pages long, but I am bringing out a book in the next couple of weeks, and it will be 65 pages long, hardbacked, glossy page, full colour, and there will be little kind of wording across the bottom of each page. And that will be coming out in the next 2 to 3 weeks, say 2 to 3 weeks. Maybe not next week, the week after. So my book will be coming out. So if there is anybody who is watching, whether you're watching Facebook, YouTube, blog, anything at all, if you are interested in obtaining a copy of one of these books, please do let me know, because I would absolutely love for people to have my book. Obviously, it is to buy. I can't really kind of do it for free, because obviously it is all the travelling and everything else. But if you are interested and you'd love a copy of this book, I would be absolutely privileged for you to have a copy of my book to help me keep the memories of these places alive. And I can assure you it won't be the only book I'll be doing. I will be doing many more. As the series continues, there will be more volumes of the books coming out. So we could be talking 3, 4, maybe 5 volumes all in all. So a whole kind of series, if you like, captured in these books. So that's for you guys. I'll also be doing a Candor and Photography book, which will be coming out, this is probably looking at this year, next year, maybe the year after, because obviously Candor and Photography, I really do want to start filming and doing some stuff, so there will be a Candor and Photography book coming out at some point as well. And if that wasn't enough, we are looking already, I am already contemplating the future of Influencers of Times. Now, at some point, hopefully within the next year or two, we will have covered the majority, or at least a large number, of Britain's most abandoned derelict places. And believe me, I am going to be literally looking at every single corner of this country to take you to every single place. So we could be talking a lot of places. However, what I would like to do is after this series, in other words, after Britain's most abandoned derelict places, I would like to take this series abroad. I'm already thinking of taking this series abroad. Now, obviously, that's in the foreseeable future, and it's probably a long way off. But if you are interested and you like what I'm doing, fear not, because after Britain, I'm going to be taking this series abroad. So we'll be going to literally to Europe and other places. I probably won't be able to do a live broadcast every week because it would cost me a lot of money in fares. However, I am going to take this series abroad because some of the places that I've seen on urban photography are absolutely unbelievable, and I would love to take this series abroad. So we have got so much coming your way, so please, please stay tuned and keep watching. Even if you only watch for a couple of seconds or a couple of minutes, or even if you just like and that's it, please support me and help me because I absolutely love doing this. So, without further ado, let's get cracking to this place behind me. Now, I don't want to recap too much, but the last episode we did was episode 27, I believe. Episode 27 was about 2 weeks ago, simply because I've obviously been quite busy, and you'll have to appreciate that I work full time, so I really do have to squeeze all this work in on my days off. I've got one day off today, so I thought I'd sneak this one in today. But 2 weeks ago we were in an abandoned mill, which was absolutely probably one of the most beautiful places I've ever photographed. It was absolutely brilliant, and I really want to thank the person who helped me to get to that place, who's watching today. So thank you so much for giving me the chance to go to that place, because it was absolutely brilliant. So that was episode 27. This is episode 28. So without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, sit back, relax, and enjoy the journey for the next half an hour, 45 minutes or so, as I now take you into this place here. And we're going to have a good look about, and I will give you a very, very brief snippet of the historical information, and then we're going to go and explore, which is what we all love doing. So without further ado, welcome to episode 28, to this place. This is the Brecon Waste Incineration Unit. So we are in Worcestershire. Okay, so we've come away from Birmingham and we are now in Worcestershire. So we're about an hour and 20 minutes away from Birmingham, and we're in Worcestershire. And we're about 3.5 miles away from Great Malvern. You may have heard of Great Malvern, beautiful hills, countryside and everything else. So we're about 3 miles away from Great Malvern, and we're near a place called Hassel and another place. So we're kind of smack bang in between the two, in the countryside, in the middle of nowhere, and we are in this place. This is a waste incineration unit, and I have to say this is the first waste incineration unit I've ever been to. And even though it's not very big, it's actually quite impressive, to be fair. It is quite impressive. So I've taken lots of photographs, I've taken a couple outside, but I've taken plenty of photographs inside today, and they will be on my Facebook page and YouTube and all the other bits and pieces along with the broadcast. So, welcome to episode 28. So, just to give you a little bit of historical information, and then we're going to have a look. Now, there isn't a lot, so it's going to be a couple of, probably a line or two of information, and that's it, because that's all there is available. However, I will try and find out as much as I can later today, and I'll post that along with the broadcast. Okay, but some places just don't have historical information. Anyway, so this place is the, as I mentioned, is the Brecon Waste Incineration Unit in Gloucestershire, just outside Great Malvern. Okay. Now, the only thing it says is that this incineration unit was used by the Worcestershire County Council for waste. That's it. And it closed in 2000, roughly in the 2000s, we'll say 2000. So it's been abandoned and derelict for about 17 years, which is quite a long time. You can see that it's been abandoned and derelict for that length of time, but the nice thing about it is this place is another place that hasn't been touched or been significantly damaged by deliberate fire or arson. Okay, there's a little bit of graffiti. It is extremely rusty, so we're going to have to be a bit careful where we stand and everything else. It is very rusty in some places, but we're going to have a good look about. So that's where we am, just outside Great Malvern, at the Waste Incineration Unit, and I am so glad I'm here today, because I actually checked this place out last year, and it was one on my list, so I can tick this one off. So I'm so glad to be here. that is all the information there is. There's a little bit more. You're more than welcome to Google this waste incineration unit and have a read up for yourselves, but I will include that along with everything today. So it's not really much to go on, is it really? So it's been abandoned and derelict for 17 years, closed in 2000. It was where all the waste from the surrounding areas, I don't know what radius it covered, but all the waste came here and was incinerated. That's it. That's all the information there is. So without further ado, let's go and have an investigate. Let's go and have a look about. So I'm going to pick you up, and what I'm going to do, just do that for a bit. Right. Thank you for everybody watching. Hello on Mother's Day. Happy Mother's Day, by the way. I know some of you might watch this later today or at another time, but it's Mother's Day today, so I want to say Happy Mother's Day to all you mums who are watching, and even if you're not watching, Happy Mother's Day anyway. So I'm going to scroll all the people to one side. Zoop, there we go. Right, let's have a look. I'm standing kind of on the ground floor. We can go downstairs. I don't want to say too much because I want to take you down there. But there is a couple of tight squeezes. All right, so you're going to have to bear with me because I'm going to have to try and manoeuvre myself a bit. So if it's a bit wobbly, a bit shaky, bear with me. We're standing in the ground part. Okay, now I'm going to hold this up a bit so you can have a good look. Now then, okay, so standing, so I'm going to just spin around, give you a good look about, and then we will go and look at everything, okay? So I'm just going to do a little spin for you. So we have got all bits and pieces. That's just my bag, don't worry about that. So this is all the incineration machinery that's still here. Okay, so you can have a good look and you can just see for yourselves. That's behind us. Okay, that's where I'm standing, and we're going to go up there in a little while, so you can have a look up there, we can have a look down, so you can kind of see where we're standing. I did that bit, there we go, that's better. So I'll give you another look about, so you can have a good look. So we're going to go up them stairs and we can have a look upstairs. So that will give you an idea of what's in it. It's pretty impressive. So it's not a massive place, but it is pretty impressive. What I'm going to do, I'm going to tilt you up a little bit so you can have a look up there as well. Okay, so I'm just going to do this and you can have a look. So we're going to go upstairs, up there so you can see. But you can see just how big this place is. There we go. So that's where we are. We're standing right in the middle, if you like, on the ground floor. Okay, so let's start just literally from here. So the first thing I'm going to show you, on the floor, you can probably see. Can you see all them on the floor? Those are all tickets. They're trade refuge tickets. I'm going to hold up now. It could be back to front, or maybe you can read this. But there are lots of these. So we're at the Beacon Waste Limited Incineration. As you can see, these are all the tickets on the floor for all different prices, all stamped. And the place is literally littered with this. So that's what's on the floor. So I'm hoping you can read that. Okay? And as I mentioned, there's literally lots. You can see them all on the floor. There's a couple up there. In this thing over here, look. There's just, I don't know if you can see that. More in there. But you can just see how they're just littered everywhere. And they're literally just all used refuge tickets. So anyway, right, let's start. Where's the best place to take it? How's about we start from that end and work our way this way, and we'll go upstairs, have a look. We'll go down the other side, I'll show you all the stuff, okay? So, we're going to go through this doorway. I'll take you this way. Okay, let's start from here. Right, so, oh, it's a bit warmer here as well. There's not much here. Okay, so we've just got a cage. And it says danger on this, so maybe there was tools or something in it, maybe chemicals. Maybe that was, you know, sometimes when they have the vehicles and they carry those there. Maybe that's what that was for storing things like that. I don't know, like the chemicals and tools and that kind of thing, I don't know. But electrical stuff in there. So it's just like kind of like a cupboard, if you like, and it kind of comes out this way. So we've got the fire hose still here. Just on the floor. Look at the size of that. That, look at it, massive, great big thing. And we'll go upstairs and you can have a look at it from up there and I'll tell you what it is. You probably know anyway, but we'll have a look at it. But that's pretty much all that's here. And again, you've got all those tickets and stuff on the floor, look. But that's kind of just what's here. Okay, so we'll go back through this way. So then we've got this little kind of thing here, look, if I show you. So you've got like kind of unit on the wall. Excuse me. You've got like a little electrical box, there's like a fuse box. You've got like your sockets and stuff. And you've just got your panel and thing there. So that's pretty much all that's here. But now you can see what I mean about the size of these things here. Look at that. I'll tell you what, photograph it. Because this place is so colourful, you can probably see like orange and green. It's beautiful, lovely place to photograph, it really is. So you're standing right by this one, you can see all the graffiti. And you've got the stairs that go up. And if you come through this way, we've got what's left of, I mean, like an electrical thing. Not so much, I wouldn't say like a generator, but it's more like, obviously there's a lot of electrical stuff, there's lots of cables, and there's a great big, that's even broken. That's completely sheared off. That, I think. But you can, if I step in here, you can probably just, oh, see, it's just like a room. But you've got that great big, ooh, I keep catching the tripod. You've got that on the floor, and it's broken away. They're like the ceramic tubes and stuff. So it's obviously come away, I would imagine, from there somehow. Or maybe that was bolted to the floor and something's come off it, but you've got that great big thing there, look. Like a great big, I would say like an electrical thing. It's massive, you can see it. So that's there. Okay, and that's basically all that's in that room. Just a couple of stuff, bits and pieces on the floor. Just cables and stuff. Okay, so that, let's go around this way. I'm hoping that I'm not going to lose the signal today. And that's kind of your way in kind of thing. And that's, there's nothing up there. I did have a look, but there's nothing up. It only goes up to that little platform, and you can't go any further. But we'll go back around and we'll go upstairs. But you can see how all the glass is broken, smashed. So let's go this way. Now, obviously it's safer for me to walk with you facing me. I know you'd probably much rather see where we're going, but it's just safer for me. That's obviously looking at the front. And then we've got what's left of the CCTV cameras. Somehow I don't think that works anymore, but that's what's left of the camera. Okay, and then we've got another one as you come in. We've got another one on the wall there, look. What's left of it there. So you can see these great big, massive, I'll go and have a look in a minute. Okay, so you've got this behind us, this little kind of like chute. I'm not quite sure what it was used for, but if I let you have a look, you can see from up there. Just try and hold it steady. It comes down, and it's like a chute. But I don't know. Not quite sure what that was used for. But anyway, no idea. But you can see. Now I'm not going to take you across there. I'm just a bit wary because it's very, very rustic there, and I don't want to walk across that in case it's unsafe. So I'm not going to take you across that bit there. But we're going to go and have a look and see up there because it's quite something. So we're back where we started. So you've got these great big bits of machinery, and you've got like a chute. Sorry about that. But it comes down there, and you've got another one that side as well. So you can see like a chute that comes down. So how's about we go up the steps? So we're going to have to be a bit careful because you can see just there, that step, a little bit unsafe. So we're going to have to be a bit careful. Right, let's go. the stairs. Take you up. Well, I'm just going to have to step over that step because that's... Oh, that's it. So we're quite high up. So I'll give you a look from here. Okay, this is where it gets a bit more interesting. So just come up the flight of steps. So there's the bridge that... I'm not going to walk across there because it's a bit rusty, but have a look up here. We're going to go up a bit further, don't worry. I just want you to have a look at everything. So we've got this great, we've got two. So there's the chute. Just down there, look, there. And you've got these two massive, great big, almost like, they're like tanks. Now I think that the rubbish went into that one and this one, and it was brought up from underneath. Now we're going to go downstairs after and have a look, so don't worry. It is quite dark, but we'll have a look, and I don't want to say too much because I just want you to see for yourselves. But I think the rubbish was brought up, somehow up into these tanks and compressed, or driven, if you like, across into these great big tanks, and then up into there and out through the chimneys. Now there's two great big chimneys directly above there and there, and that's obviously like the chute system. So that's what I think it was incinerated underground and then brought up into these great big tanks, or holding whatever they were, like all the smoke and everything else, and it was drawn and pushed into these two great big, I don't know, I mean, I could be wrong, maybe the rubbish was pushed up into these and incinerated in these, and then pushed up into the chimney, so like almost like squashed or pushed into them, and then into these great big like furnace things, and then burnt up into the chutes. I could be wrong, but there we go. So let's go up the last flight of steps. Excuse me, I keep clearing my throat. So we've got that. That's all that's in there. It's just like an electrical cupboard. That's it. Okay. So then we've got these. So you can, let me just, I'll tell you what I'll do. Let me just let you have a look so you can see where we are. So we've come up from down there. But have a look at that. So these are like, we've got like a generator, like an engine there, or like a kind of generator that's obviously extracted maybe something from that. But have a look up here. Look at those great, big, massive. That is directly under the chimney. The chimney's just up there. So that's one of them. And you've got this great big flume system that comes out and runs down. Look at that. So you can see the chimney just there. It's absolutely brilliant. I think it's brilliant up here. I love it. Look at that. You can have a good look about. Crazy. So let's walk. You can see. So let's just give you a look. So that's where we were down there. So we come up the steps. There's that kind of flume thing, and you've got like this kind of like it's like the generator. So you've got like the pulley wheels there. But obviously it did something. I don't know what. I don't know, but you can see it's connected to it, and then it runs back down that way. I don't know. I'm not going to go any further because this is where it's really rusty, and if I show you, you'll see it's just really, really rusty, so I'm not going to go any further. And that's just completely rusted away. You can see how it was joined onto there, and it's just completely rusted and just collapsed on the floor here. It's like the flume system, and the same has happened the other side. Can you see how it's just all broken and just crumbling and rust? So I'm not going to go any further because it would just be too dangerous. Have a look. Just this is what's behind us. So you can see how all the glass is all smashed. But that's looking out into the fields. And then that's behind us again. So you've got those two great big, there. It's pretty cool. I think it's brilliant. I think it's quite cool. So we've got just a little flight of steps. It doesn't go anywhere. It just goes to there. Look. But that's that, and that's obviously looking. Ooh, back down that way. Okay, so let's go around this way. So you can kind of, you walk off the platform. So if I just give you one last look, so you can kind of walk around both of these base of the chimney. You can kind of, so you've got like a walkway. So let's go down here. Okay, so in this little bit here, do you remember I said there was like, if I show you, we had like a, no, go this way. So we had like the green, I don't know if you can see it. So we had like the green steps that come up, so it comes up onto this platform. And then we had, I guess it's like a little workshop area. So if I just spin it around, you can see. So in there, I don't know if it's quite dark, but in there there's just, you can't get in there, but there's little flight of steps and there's just lots of little rusty cabinets where they would have kept all the nuts and bolts and brackets and screws and that kind of thing. So if I just show you, you can see there, like, there's a couple in there. It's like all little kind of not lockers, but like little drawers and stuff. So I don't know if I can show you. You can kind of see in there. So it's where they kept all the nuts and bolts and bits and bobs. Okay, so we're going to go through this doorway. I'm going to go in there. Sorry about that. We're going to go through that door. Now it is dark, so you might not be able to see anything. If I come back this way. Now, so it's completely blocked off. There's a guard here, so you can. The padlock's still up, but there's a guard there. In there, there's like a massive, great big. It's the only way I can describe it is like a winch. It's a massive winch. And if I show, I don't know if you're going to be able to see it or not. I don't know if you can see. Can you see that? Just the bottom of the corner of the picture, look, just there. That's a shaft that goes all the way down underground. See it there? Look, just on the. There you go. You can see. You can see the cables. It's just like a great big shaft that goes all the way down. So I don't know if it was connected to a winch, a crane, a hook, a bucket, a skip. I don't know, but obviously it could manoeuvre. It could go up and down, so you could transport whatever it was. I don't know if it was the rubbish itself or whether it was bits that shouldn't have been in there, or I really don't know. But it's just this great big kind of massive winch thing, and 1,000 kilos, so obviously that's the maximum weight. So 1,000 kilos is a lot. If you think about a bag of sugar as a kilo, so if you think 1,000 of them, so that's the lifting capacity of this winch. And then it says a stop machine before removing guards. But so that's what's in there. It's just a great big massive winch, and then obviously the bucket or skip or whatever would have come up to this level here, and then you could have opened the guard and done what you needed to do. But I mean, it goes a long way. You could probably see anyway. But so that's all that's in there. It's kind of that. So I'll just stick down under the door. There we go. And I'll bring you out this way. So I'm now walking away from there. I'm now coming down here. So I picked a brilliant day to have this investigation because it's lovely and sunny and warm. It's lovely. Now in here, through this door, you've got these great big, huge, like turbines. I can't quite make out what they're connected to, or maybe these were the turbines that controlled that winch next door, or maybe this had something to do with the incinerators, or because obviously there's two incinerators, so maybe that was one for each. But you can come, I'll bring you in here actually, because you can actually kind of come in here. It's a bit tight, but so you can see the pulley wheel. The fan belts are still there. Ah, you can see it now. Look there. And then you've got these, so you can see it goes up. Oops. See how it's, and it's connected to this one. But you've got these great big, like, look at the size of these. Now, I'll show you inside, so you can see what's like inside it. Ah, there you go. So you can see what's inside it. It's a little bit like that. See it? Just. It's almost like a great big washing machine or tumble dryer, but obviously that's spun around. It's like a big fan. And yes, it's just a great big, massive fan. It's just, I can't even comprehend. I mean, oh, it's big. I wouldn't say it's like massive, but it's big. But can you imagine the noise from these two things running? It must have been. There's people that live just over there. You can probably hear them in the background mowing the lawn. There's like farms, but can you imagine living next to, like, by this place as it was pumping out all that smoke and the smell and the noise? I mean, obviously to have great big lorries bringing all the waste and stuff here, and then I don't know. I wouldn't like to live near a place like this. Not really. But you've got these two great big massive things here. Look, they must have been really noisy. They're almost like about a bit smaller than an aircraft engine. Huge. Absolutely, I just think this is a really cool place. Really cool. Okay, so what we're going to do now, we're going to walk across here. So you can probably see, if I just, so you can see, look, people live just there. You can kind of get an idea. So like people live really close to here. Just must be really noisy and stuff. Walk across. Okay, so I'm going to give you a look where we come from. So we're down right at the end there, and we were kind of down in that little room with those two big things down. And like I said, that's where the chimney down. So you've got one chimney there, and the other one there. Like it's like a move it the way you can see. But it's a pretty cool place. Really is cool. There we go. Right then. Up them stairs you've just got a room, and there's nothing in it. It's just a tiny little room, and then what's left of a door which leads straight out to about a 30-foot, 40-foot drop. Yeah, nothing really out there really, apart from a bit of a view. That's kind of looking, if you look, it's a bit windy here, so you might be able to hear the wind a bit, but it is a bit windier. That's kind of looking. Can you hear that? That's what's left of a blind, and it's just like vibrating in the wind. If you're wondering what that noise is, have a look at this. It's like a whole wall of controls and dials and stuff. I did take some photographs of these. Dials. So like for pressure, temperature. So you've got like temperature there. It's got like 400 degrees. This is like the CO2, so it's to do with carbon dioxide. You've got I don't even know. But you've got all these different dials for all different like pressure and readings. That's obviously what's left of the electrical map. So you had like an electrical map, it's obviously got green and red lights, and you've got different buttons up here. So you've got a discharger button, you've got grate 2, that would have been grate 1, you've got the trap grate, gas burner, hopefully you can hear me, something that you would have pressed, but that's, and then you've got like a map. What's left of the electrical board. Oh, it's quite heavy. If I just show you inside so you can see what's in it. I have no idea what I'm looking at, but look at all these. These are all like I suppose the fuse things, or the boards for each part. It's just rows and rows, and then you've got all the different things, and then you've got the back of the dials on the door. I like that. So that's what I can grade to. And then you've got all these spiral conveyor. So everything was controlled from in here. So you've got all the different dials up there as well. And then you've got this enormous, massive electrical stuff. I mean, it's just, wow. Absolutely loads of it. Really irritating noise. Alright, okay. I'm not going to get too close because I just get a bit wobbly. Okay. First of all, I'm going to show you this. This has got to be probably one of the worst controls I've ever seen for something when you see what I'm going to show you. This is the control panel. You have two very measly looking joysticks. I mean, look, you've got one there and one there, but this is like all the control panel, and it's to control what I'm going to show you. Okay, just let me get myself sorted. Have a look behind me. Have a look at that. You've got a massive pit. Absolutely massive. And that water's deep. Not that I've been in it, but obviously it's just years and years of rain have collected in the bottom there. So I would imagine it's several feet deep, but I would not like to fall in that, because you would never get out. Never, ever get out. You would be literally, yeah, you'd be stuck. There's just, yeah, absolutely no way of getting out. So I'm staying well away from this. Have a look behind me. Okay, next to it, I'll just show you. Next to it, have a look at, maybe you can have a better look. I really don't like getting too close, but have a look at, there you go, can you see it? So you've got like the, it's like a claw. Yeah, it's a claw, so you got one of them. So it opened up, and it picked up all the rubbish from that side, and then dropped it into that one. But that is pretty awesome. I wonder if I can show you a bit better. Oh, you can see it there. There you go, look. You'd have more chance of getting out of that one than the other one I can show you. But that is, look at that, that is so cool. Massive, great big claw, and there's another one next to it. But that's what that control panel operated, was that great big massive claw. And it goes right up to this, up to there, look. Up there you've got like the, you can see it. You see like the crate. Oh, there it is up there, look. So it's connected to that great big crane up there. But that's what that is. Great big, it's like the great big claw for it. And then obviously that's, like I said, that's the control panel for it. That is pretty awesome. It's just, it is. I mean, it probably looks quite big on the phone, but it is absolutely huge. It's a great big thing. But that's got to be like, I just can't believe that little poxy thing controls that. Oh well. So anyway, that is what that is. So I'm going to take you downstairs. This is where it gets a bit tight, but we'll get there, don't worry. Looking outside, you can see all the glass. Got a tiny little pokey room. There's nothing in there. Not really. But there is something in there. It looks like a water tank or something. I don't know. Don't know. Anyway, that's it. So we will go downstairs and have a look downstairs. So you can see like all the graffiti and stuff. Okay, let's go down the stairs. Okay, we have these holding up the floor. It's like a wooden trellis, literally just holding it up. Okay, so we're now back to kind of where we were at the ground, and we're going to go down there in a minute. And it is dark, but we'll go down there and I'll show you in a minute. All right. Okay, so we come to this bit here. So again, we've got another. I'll take you in there actually. Oh yeah. Okay, so it's like another little storeroom. So can you see that? Oh, you can see it now. Look there. So from the other way. So it's like another little kind of cupboard where they kept all the screws and stuff, and then you've got some more panels and things here. It's quite a small little room, but you can see. I'll just show you. You can see all the stuff on the floor. You can see it. That's kind of. Now, I'm sure glad I'm not asked to sort that out. Can you imagine having to sort that out? It's just, that's got to be a PA's nightmare. It's literally just a room filled with that. That's all the paperwork from this place. It's all the tickets for like the vehicle. I'll show you that. But yeah, I've just stuffed underneath because it's a bit windy and I don't want to be responsible for littering and making, because it's windy, and as you can tell there's no windows. I'll take you in. Look at this. Look at it. It's just filled. Absolutely. Just totally trash. Oops. Sorry, I keep catching. Yeah, it's. Oh, hang on, what's this? Look. Wow. Look at that. I'll show you the front. Purchase date book. And inside is all. It's almost like the logs. You've got the date, the name, the number, hires planned. So you've got like the cost. So if I just show you the end, so you've got like VAT, sorry, VAT total. So you can just read, and there's pages and pages and pages all filled out, which is quite interesting, really. Let's have a look. A bit more luxury. So yeah, look, June. If I just pick it up a bit. July 1993, 93 August. So this is obviously like in 1 year, because we've then got what else we got? Yeah, we've got just loads and loads of stuff. Like, you read it. If I just do that, you can see. Mad. I didn't even notice that before. 25th of the 10th, 1993. We've got Exploration Associates, MJC Services, Underwoods, National Tyres, Redditch Borough Council, Gloucester Company. No, I've got loads. Choice Buses Equipment, Motorways Plant Limited, Speedway Limited, DNS. There's a couple of people that keep reoccurring that I've seen already, like the Motorways, Underwoods. So obviously got like almost got like weekly pickups. But yeah, that's quite interesting actually. Sorry, I know that's not interesting for you maybe, but it's literally just a whole diary of records of like their thing. But I'm literally just standing. You can see that I'm literally standing in all this stuff. It's just I must be at least a foot off the ground, and it's like a foot deep of boxes and boxes and boxes of these receipts, and they're all used. They're not blank, they're all used. So they're all filled out. They've all been like signed. But yeah, it's pretty cool. But I just want to make sure I don't leave things so they can blow away. So it's just, that's all it. So can you imagine having to sort this out? Wow. I'm actually fascinated by that diary. Sorry, I just thought it was quite interesting. Yeah, pretty cool. Okay. So let's come out of here. Right. Okay. So that's what's in there. Okay, so I'm now going to take you underground. Well, I say underground, in the basement. But we're going to have to go. I'll show you. Down there. So the staircase is being held up by this wooden trellis. Alright? But you're going to have to bear with me because it's a bit of a tight squeeze. So I'm just going to have to pick you up a little bit and kind of very carefully come down this way. That's it. Very carefully come down. Oh, there we go. Oh. So it's kind of like, you can see, it's like a wooden trellis. It's got your fire exit door, a nice little man-made window, lovely jubbly. So you come down the stairs and you come down here. Now, this is what's left of the staff area. So this is the staff area of this incineration plant. This is what's left. Oh, we're back. We're back. We're back. We are back. Yes, we're back. Okay, I'm going to stay right here. Okay, this is the staff room. I'm going to do this very quickly. Staff room. But this is literally the staff room. So they had a cooker. That's their cooker, that they could cook their meals and stuff. Now I remember, in fact, I can remember my mum having a cooker like that. The dials are at the back there. They're really old ovens. So that's the staff oven. That's their radiator. Okay, I'm just going to stay right here. I'm even too afraid to move. Very carefully. So we have a nice, lovely green staff room, and that is where they washed their hands and made their tea and coffee. So you've got like the soap dispenser. Where's it gone? Soap dispenser. The hand towels are there. A little cupboard. That's obviously where they had like a little sink, or maybe a sink in there. So this is literally the staff room. And this really nice fetching green colour. Hang on. I should put it on because that's the thing. I'm going to grab it quick. Ta-da! Can you see it? Oh, we are. Oh, there you go. Oh, hang on. I don't. Ah, there. Ah. See it? Do you know what? That's actually. Wow. Do you know? That is actual bone china. If I just show you the back. Now, bear with me. So I think this. I'm going to have to take a picture of this after. I think this is quite something. Wait there. Wow. Have a look. Look at that. See? There. You see it says bone china on the back? So that is an actual bone china plate. I wonder, I think it's still got some dinner on it. I wonder how old that is. Wow. I wonder if that's, I don't know. I'm not an antique person, but original bone china plate? I mean, we've all heard of like porcelain, but that's bone china. It's pretty something. I just happened to find it on the floor. Well, anyway, there you go. Bone china plate, an actual bone china plate. And I'm going to put it right back Anybody for Sunday roast? Yes, Sunday roast. I can make a Sunday roast. Look, I have an oven. Let's have some Sunday roast, shall we? God, look at that, like a really old oven. See it, look. Wow. But yes, I remember my mum having one of these. Wow. So it's an old hot point. Oh, and it's high speed as well. Brilliant. Look at that, I remember this. The dials at the back for like start, stop and clock. And then your grill and your oven. Wow. Okay. That's pretty awesome. I think that's pretty awesome. Okay. I think that's it actually. Yeah, that's it. That's it. That's it. Okay. Ooh. Now. Excuse me, 1 second. I had to wipe my nose then. Sorry, I didn't want you to have to see that. That's the shower. The staff shower. Can you imagine if, like, there was a couple of you wanting a shower, you had to wait. There's only enough room in there for one person. That's an old shower. I don't even think you're going to be able to see. So we've got the light on roof, and you've got the really, yeah. Can you remember them showers? Ah, you're back. You've literally caught me like halfway up the stairs again. Okay, you're back. Okay, let's just hold it here just for a couple of seconds. Okay, so we've got the staff room, we've got the shower, and there's literally just like one or two more things to show you, and then we finish. And we'll just wait here just for a couple of seconds, just let the signal. Hopefully just come back through this thing again. Right, let's go. Before we lose signal, let's do it quick. Right. Oh, we're back. Don't worry, not to worry. Okay, I've come back upstairs because we're just going to lose the signal, and it's been such a good broadcast. I don't want to spoil it by it cutting out. But let me just go back upstairs, and I'll tell you what the last two things were, and then we'll finish the broadcast. Okay? All right. Whew. All right, let's go back through this way. Okay, well, we're now walking back across the kind of these bits here. Let's go back around here. Otherwise, we're just going to keep losing signal. Okay. So, let me just pop this on the floor quickly, and then we can carry on. Fabulous. Let's pop this down. Let's pop you down. Let's put you down there. There we go. Okay, so literally the last two rooms that I didn't get to show you. So we saw the staff room, we saw the shower, and then we didn't go down any further. We just went across, literally out the staff room, past the shower, straight across, and then we had a little flight of steps, and it went down, what, 4 or 5 steps maybe? Something like that, and there was like the toilets. Okay, so I know probably not the best thing to show you, but we had like clearly the men's toilets. I don't know about the ladies were probably down there as well. But you had like the toilets. Now, the toilets, now I don't want this to sound like horrible, but urinals and things are probably about a couple of feet off the ground. Now the water, because it's been abandoned for 17 years, all the rainwater's collected, so the water was right up almost half of the urinals. So that's a good, what, 4 feet, 5 feet, maybe even 6 feet off the ground. So the first step or two of that flight were okay, and then it was just underwater. So you had a couple of feet, at least to your thigh, maybe your waist deep in water, just totally submerged. So we couldn't even go down there any, but I did want to kind of show you, at least give you a look. But I've taken a photograph anyway. And then, unfortunately, as we went forward a bit more, we went into what was I say underground, I suppose it was in a way, the underground room. Now, that entire room, again, is under 4 or 5 feet of water. Now, I'm quite short myself, so I would have said it would have come up to my waist. Now, under there is where the incinerators would have been. So there's 2 massive, great big incinerators. It's quite dark, so I would have used my torch, but you could have had a look. There's 2 great big, massive, it's like a great big room. Obviously, it's underground, this whole plant. Mm-hmm. And then you had like 2 great big, almost like benches, but they had walls. There was one under this one and one under that one. like a bench, and then on the wall there was like a big panel of electrical buttons and stuff which would have controlled the incinerator in themselves. And then the two incinerators, they look like two great big vats. It's the best way I can describe them to you. Two great big furnace vat things, which obviously is where all the rubbish from, remember next door we saw the crane and stuff, so all the rubbish somehow made their way from there into the incinerators underground, and then burnt, and then somehow brought up into these two great big kind of slanty tank things, and then this way. Like, I don't really understand how these things work. I've been trying to figure it out, but so you had two great big furnaces, and then I think if it wasn't wet, if we could have gone in there, I could have shown you the furnaces, and then I think it actually went round the corner a bit, and there was like a great big circular room, underground room, I think, from what I can make out. But what I will do, I will find, if I can find any photographs of under that, in that section before it became submerged in water, I will add them to the photos today, so at least you can see. I think there's one or two, I think, but if I can find them, I'll post them. And that's basically it. That's basically it. I feel like today's broadcast, even though the place isn't that big, has actually been really, really quite interesting, I hope. So that's basically it for today. That's the end of the broadcast. You'll be pleased to know. Hopefully you found this broadcast interesting. I know I certainly have. I've absolutely loved being here today. Not only because this place is so colourful and just wowzer, but it's such a really nice day, and it's just a beautiful, I don't know, it's just in a nice, really nice place. So hopefully you found this episode 28 interesting. So yeah, so as always, thank you so much for watching and for taking some time out of your Mother's Day or out of your weekend to watch me influence the times as we continue to go in search of these fantastic places, these amazing places, and this, I'm just so glad I was able to bring you here today on a lovely sunny day to show you this waste incineration unit. So until the next time, I don't know when or where the next place will be. I have got a location in mind now. I am quite busy working. I have got some time off next weekend, so if I can fit somewhere in next weekend I will. If not, I have got a nice little holiday coming up in April. So I've got about 10 days off, so I will most definitely do another episode of Influence of the Times during that 10 days, and hopefully the weather will be nice, so we can give a good look about it. But I have got somewhere in mind. Okay, so the next episode will be coming very, very soon. Stay tuned, keep watching. God bless you all. Thank you so much for tuning in and for watching and for all your help and support. Keep posted through all the social media outlets of Influence of the Times, and also as soon as I get my book, which I can't wait to get my book. I am really, really excited because it does look quite nice, if I don't say so myself. But when I do get my book, I will certainly include it, or I will have it with me, and I will give you a little look. I don't want to show you it all because otherwise it defeats the object, but I will give you a little peek at the new book. So that will be coming out very, very soon. So enjoy the rest of your Mother's Day, enjoy the rest of your Sunday, enjoy the rest of your weekend. Have a great day, enjoy the lovely sunshine. I'm hoping it's sunny where you are, and if it's not, then I hope the sun shines for you very, very soon. Until the next time, enjoy the rest of your weekend. Thank you for watching as Influence of the Times goes in search of Britain's most abandoned and derelict places, and this is certainly one of them. So from me and from this quite interesting waste incineration unit in Gloustershire near Great Malvern, I'll give you one last look and then we'll finish. So let me just give you one last look before we go. So there. So yes, enjoy the rest of your weekend. Stay safe and stay tuned because I'll be doing another broadcast very, very soon. I can assure you that. So from me in this place, take care. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye, and I hope you found this episode interesting. If not, why not? I'm only joking. So anyway, see you soon. Take care. Bye for now.